What's going on, everybody? So, we got another Monday Night Raw review, and this was a pretty good Monday Night Raw. We got another match added to the Bash of Berlin card. We got some storylines moving forward here, and let's jump into it. So they did a recap of SummerSlam from 2 weeks ago. Okay, and then then we just get into the first promo of the night. Of course, they did like people arriving in the arena and stuff, but then we get the first promo on the night, which is Rhea Ripley coming out to basically talk about how she had time to think about the events of SummerSlam and being portrayed, and that she says she was proud of Dominic Mysterio for actually or she said, the way she said it was, I'm gonna say something that you probably haven't heard in a long time, which is I'm actually proud of you, Dominic, for standing up for yourself, doing something on your own, and she would tell me all this other stuff, but that she got a little non-PG, but she said you stabbed me in the back, and this is something you probably have heard before. It wasn't deep enough. I said, ooh, that's not PG. But Liv and Dominic would come out, and Dominic would say tell why he betrayed Rhea, saying that he betrayed her because she didn't treat him like a man, and he was a grown man going around calling somebody else mommy. But with Liv, she not only is she treats him like a man and calls him daddy, but she helped him beat his deadbeat father. Um, this will result in Rhea basically saying some other stuff and saying that and Liv saying that she took everything from Rhea, and that she took her title, her Dominic, and her family, and left her literally with nothing, basically completing the Liv Morgan Revenge tour. But Rhea informed her that because of Liv and them liking to talk and hear their own voice so much, they found they actually know where they are. Obviously, we know where they are too. They were standing up there up in the stands with the fans in the walkway, and Damian Priest will appear behind them and brawl with Dominic. Liv will try to help a little bit, but it would end up brawling all the way down to the ring, where the Rhea would get involved, try to fight Liv Morgan. Eventually, it all got back down to the ring, where Carlito would get involved, and him and Damian Priest would brawl, thus resulting in the first match of the night, which is Damian Priest versus Carlito, which was a fun little match. Carlito did get some offense in, and then this went a little bit long because it had one commercial break in it. But otherwise, Damian Priest would get the victory over Carlito, and this would result in a brawl with the Judgment Day, because the Judgment Day would come out and try to jump him. They would beat up on JD McDonough and Carlito. Finn Balor would get involved, but he would be chased off. They would be chased off by with the help from Rhea Ripley. She came back out and basically helped chase them off for them to stand tall in the face of the new Judgment Day. Then we get an Alpha Academy promo where they was backstage getting prepared for their tornado tag match, but here it was called the Texas tag. It's going to be called the Texas tag match. I don't think it's the next match. No, it's a match coming up later on, but it was revealed here that they was having a Texas tornado tag match, which I really would have wish they just would have left it at tornado tag match. But Maxine would get confronted by Ivy Niles, who asked her not to get involved in the match with tonight, or even go out to ringside. And she even offered her to join them with with her, with the Creed brothers and stuff. And Maxine said no, she had to be out there with her family. She would never leave her family like that. And she said, I thought you would say that. And I'm like, uh-oh. I think we know who been drinking the Kool-Aid too. Um, which is weird. It's a weird 360. It's like, so Chad got it like that. He got that mouthpiece like that to turn people around like that. Um, then we get a Wyatt Six promo where Bo Dallas says that the spirit of Bray Wyatt was with them on their debut, but that there's more work to do. Then we got a New Day promo where Xavier Woods wanted to try to talk to Kofi Kingston, but they was hyping R.C. Jones up for his match, which came up next. And but the thing here was it's the little teases of dissension and disconnect from Kofi and Xavier Woods. Like I said, we get to the second match, which is R.C. Jones in his debut match finally versus a performance center talent, which is Vincent Winey. And this was a good match. It was nothing really to say here. Winey did get a little bit of offense in, but mostly it was R.C. Jones, with R.C. Jones getting the victory. But they would get confirmed about the Final Testament, who said that with Karen Cross basically telling Xavier Woods that it's not Kofi trying to use R.C. Jones to replace Big E. He's trying to use R.C. Jones to replace Xavier Woods himself, with Xavier saying that he's getting tired of this whole stick with Karen Cross, trying to come here and cause dissension between the two, and that they could pick any two tags, any two of them to face him and Kofi next week to finally settle. But Kofi would jump the gun and say that they could do that, and but they know whoever the two that don't be involved is going to be. Whoever is not involved is going to get involved and cost them the match. So we might as well make this a 6-man tag with them two and Odyssey Jones versus Karen Cross and AOP, to which Karen Cross accepts. Let's see. Then we got an Adam Pearce and Drew McIntyre promo where Adam Pearce basically turned Drew that CM Punk is not here tonight, that he got travel issues, and that he's basically going. He's telling him that he doesn't. He said he's not here for CM Punk. That he's done with CM Punk. It looked like he's obsessed with CM Punk. That he raised his hand up, and Adam Pearce looked like you still got on his bracelet, but but that he was talking about the whole Randy Orton thing. How Randy Orton got. Why is Randy Orton getting a title shot at Gunther, who's a SmackDown superstar? So he's basically speaking for all of us, trying to figure out why a SmackDown superstar is challenging a Raw superstar for a Raw title. And Adam Pearce basically said it's because Randy Orton was screwed. This is a payback to Randy Orton for basically being screwed at by the referees at the King of the Ring. But he said I got screwed basically 3 times, and I wasn't given an opportunity like Randy Orton. But he said, you know what, cool, I'm gonna go out there and make my own opportunity, but I'm gonna be on the best behavior. I'm not gonna be like Bronson Reed. Then we would get the third match of the night, which is Alpha Academy versus American Made. This was a fun little match. I liking this new group with American Made. This was, like I said, this was a good back and forth. This was a pretty good match. I'm not gonna lie. This tornado tag match was really good. I enjoyed it, and we got the choice of Ivy Niles. Ivy chose to be with Chad and them, and she attacked Maxine and used the distraction for her attacking Maxine is why the Creed brothers was able to get the victory here. And then Pete Dunne was interviewed about why he had this hatred towards Sheamus. It was basically because he hated how they try to treat him like the little brother, calling him Butch, and that Sheamus really cared about them. Why did he disappear, and where's Ridge Holland? To which Pete Dunne say he's going to take care of Sheamus. So then we get like a a backstage promo with Bronson Reed, basically telling Adam Pearce that he could have a situation like he did last week, but he's going to give him a chance to like prevent that. He said either find him an opponent to face tonight, or he will do what he did last week again today. Uh, we got Damage Control basically promoting why they're going to beat Sonya Deville and we got Sonya Deville and them revealing their new name, the new name for their group, which is the Pure Fusion Collective. Right? Uh, then we would get to that. The fourth match, which is Damage Control versus Shayna Blazer and Zoe Stark of the Pure Fusion Collective. It's a long ass title. I'm like, why did they like they? I just would have thought that I would have settled for the Pure Fusion or Pure Fusion. Like they got so many words in there. The Pure Fusion Collective. I'm like, no, just call yourself Pure Fusion, like something like that. But no, it was a good match between the two. Um, both Alba Fire and Issa Dawn was at ringside watching the match as these two fight for the number one contendership. Um, but in the end, Ivy now just when Damage Control was about to have the victory, Alba Fire and Issa Dawn were attacked, causing Damage Control to win via DQ, and they were beat down. Damage Control and I think Shane and Blazer and them too to stand talking. They was the ones standing tall at the end. We got the Miz promo backstage where the Miz looked it down, and I guess our true say it was because he did have a match in his hometown when it was at SummerSlam. He really wanted to compete, but to make it up to him, he got him a match with Braun for the Intercontinental Championship, and but then Miz was happy, but then he was like, wait a minute, isn't Braun facing R-Truth? I mean, not R-Truth, the Sammy tonight. And Sammy, R-Truth was like, I don't know. He said, I don't know. You got to figure that one out for yourself. And then they saw a graphic on the TV which shows that it wasn't Braun Breaker, it was Bronson Reed. But the Randy Orton and R-Truth would cheer up the Miz and get him hyped up and confident that he was going to win. But then R-Truth, after the Miz left, was like, "You think he really got a chance?" And Randy Orton was like, "No." And then we get to the Randy Orton promo where he was talking about how 20 years to the day he became the youngest World Heavyweight Champion. Do not ask who he beat. The person he beat to become the youngest World Heavyweight Champion is he who should not be named. But he would get interrupted by Gunther, who would come out and basically say that that basically called him a failure, and he would say that he won't beat him, and basically calling him a failure, his grandfather and father a failure. This would call his an intense stare down, which then Drew McIntyre came out and looked like he was getting ready to attack one of them or both of them, but he would get intercepted by CM Punk, who would basically beat him down. They would get into a fight, and Drew would take off his belt to use it to whip CM Punk, but CM Punk would take advantage of that, get the belt, and whip him to stand tall himself. Then we get a backstage promo with Sheamus talking about Pete Dunne's comments from earlier, but he would get confronted by Ludwig Kaiser, who would tell him that things are not over between them two, and that he would make good on his promise to destroy Sheamus, as he said while he came back. But Sheamus would tell him that they could do this anytime, any place. But he would get attacked by Butch with the Shillelagh, who stared down Ludwig, and Ludwig was just like, "Hey, do you?" And Ludwig was, Butch would continue to beat him down with the Shillelagh and even hit his hand with the Shillelagh. Then we got the CM Punk promo basically saying that he lied about his travel issues, and that basically he made up the whole thing just so he could have an upper hand on Drew McIntyre. Then we get the fifth match of the night, which is the Miz versus Bronson Reed, which was an okay match. Actually, it went longer than I thought it was going to be, Miz actually took it to Bronson Reed a little bit, but in the end, Bronson Reed would get the victory. But R-Truth, when Bronson Reed went to go do what he did to Seth Rollins to the Miz, the R-Truth would stop him and get the Miz out the ring, but Bronson Reed would end up just doing it to R-Truth, who would hit R-Truth with like 4 tsunamis. We got Sami Zayn getting hyped up backstage by what you call it, Jay Uso, who promised him that after he wins the 2 out of 3 falls match and get back his Intercontinental Championship, he will they will go out to the Bloodline and get those dirty World Tag Team Championships. Then we got a Judgment Day promo, basically calling themselves the new Judgment Day. No leaders, no egos, no Rhea, no Damian. Like basically, this was a plan from the start to get rid of Damian and Rhea. Now we see that this new Judgment Day was mad at both of them because they both acted like they was the leaders. And Finn Balor calling himself backstabber Finn, but that they basically vowed that they're going to make they're going to make Rhea and Damian's life a living hell. Then we get the main event, which is Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker in a 2 out of 3 falls match. And this was a very good match. This was a very good main event. I think Sami took the first fall. Sami got the first fall. Braun Breaker would get the second fall and the third fall to win. But it was a very good way. This was a very good main event. I enjoyed it. I knew Braun Breaker was going to win. I knew Sami wasn't going to win. But hopefully this is the start of Sami being in the main event picture. This was a very good show. I enjoyed it. I really did. It was good. Nothing to it. Some things got moved forward. We got some new storylines. And we also got some new information, I guess. I forgot to mention this too. I guess if Randy Orton beats Gunther, he will officially be a Raw superstar. So it basically is like a Cody Roman thing. If Cody wins, he will become a SmackDown superstar because he won a SmackDown title, and so he will have to be moved from SmackDown to Raw. So it's the same thing here. But I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. This was a pretty good show, big ups. But you let me know in the comments. I know what you thought. If you enjoyed my review, you know what to do. You hit this button right here for all of my WWE reviews. And if you enjoyed the video so much, want to support the channel, I'm gonna do is hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button because we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and I need you guys' help for that. And as always, any one of these videos for more of my amazing content, but don't go anywhere because I got more. Peace.